What would be the most amount of money you've made in one day?
In one day, I like 2.5 million.
7 figures in one day.
Wow, 7 figures in one day.
Yeah.
What would be the one best investment that you ever made?
It's relationships.
What kind of advice would you have for someone who wants to be where you are right now?
Get really good marketable skills.
Choose your friend circle wisely and spend your time wisely, honestly.
How much do you make?
700.
700,000?
Couple millions.
A couple $1 million?
$1 million, at least.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're out here in South OC Cars and Coffee. We'll be asking supercar owners what they do for a living, how much they make, and any tips on getting into what they do. Let's go. What do you guys do for a living?
So we own a real estate company. We have a real estate group and a mortgage company. So we're both brokers.
And how did you guys get into real estate?
Oh, geez. I mean, real estate is a long game investment, right? So I wanted to get into it because I just knew, like, based on everybody that's always been successful in America has always been real estate investors. So
How much do you guys make per year, if you don't mind me asking?
Well over 6 figures, but yeah, with the mortgage market, mortgage isn't doing so well, but the real estate is. There's a lot of real estate transactions. People are trying to sell their homes, get their equity out before the market goes any lower.
What's like the best investment you guys ever made in your entire lives?
Real estate by far. I've done a lot of flipping. Back in '08, got into bank-owned listings following foreclosures, and I think we're back. It's coming around again. A lot more foreclosures are coming, and best investment I made was buying a house right, doing the rehab, making it look good, and reselling it.
What's like the most expensive thing that you guys currently own?
well, besides the house, right? I mean,
Yeah,
homes
yeah.
is more expensive
Yeah.
than the car, but
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
prized possession is probably
Yeah,
the
that's
Ferrari.
the most expensive toy.
What kind of Ferrari is this?
488 Spider.
How much does this go for MSRP?
I paid $350 for it. It's got about 800 horsepower.
What's the most amount of money you've made in one day?
I've made over 100 grand in one day.
Could you expand what you were doing?
Stocks, options.
Would you have any tips for someone who wants to get into real estate?
Do it. Be that 1% that, really works their butt off. And there's money to be made. It's just like anything, though. It's the people that put in the work, get out there and make it happen. Failure's not an option, right?
Be around good people that can help bring you up too, but having somebody that really understands the nature of the game and how to execute, take action, not somebody that just talks about it. Action's the most important thing.
Thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate
Good
it.
to meet you.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah.
Hi, so what is your name, age, and what do you currently do?
I'm Jenny. I do nails.
So do you own businesses?
Yes.
How did you get into that?
All my friends do that, and then I just join with them.
How much do you make?
700.
700,000? What would be one piece of advice you could give to someone who wants to get into what you do?
Very rich.
Very rich.
What would be the best investment that you ever made?
That invest houses.
Are you into real estate?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living and what is your name?
Kui. My background, I'm an engineer, but I'm a real estate developer.
Could I ask how much you make per year?
Couple millions.
A couple $1 million?
$1 million, at least.
What made you decide to buy a supercar?
It's my dream. Had a poster in my room when I was 10-year-old, the Aventador.
How much does this go for MSRP?
You look at about 600, I got 200 in it.
Would you have one tip for anyone who wants to buy a supercar?
You have to be financially stable first. You can't just go buy and can't pay for it. That's my advice, You're gonna play, make sure you can afford it.
What would be one best investment that you ever made?
Real estate.
What would be one piece of advice you would tell your younger self?
Stay in school. Stay in school and work hard. That's it. That's what we did. We came here with nothing. Stay in school, work hard. Now I'm living my life.
What would be one piece of advice you could give for anyone who wants to get to where you are?
I always say work hard. US, you got a lot of opportunity. So if you work hard, you succeed.
How much do you think it would take to start a business like you guys start?
I started business with $40,000. Now it's multi-million.
Would you have any tips for someone starting a business like you guys?
Don't be afraid, just do it. If you fall, try again. Eventually you'll be successful.
So the perseverance, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
My brand
Thank
record.
you.
Thank you so much.
Some coaching businesses, a lot of real estate.
So how did you get into all these businesses?
I studied computer science, and so I was a tech programmer, developer for a while, and then I grew out of that into some other stuff, built my own business, sold a business, then built a couple other businesses, a construction business, now have other businesses, so that's what happened.
What kind of advice would you have for someone who wants to be where you are right now?
Get really good marketable skills first. That's the foundation. Get skills that people will pay you for or that you can make money with, and then apply leverage. Don't trade $10 for hours. That's how you start, but move beyond that by adding leverage to it. By either figuring out a way to multiply your time, that's what business owners do. Figure out a way to put what you do in a subscription service. Figure out a way to package it up into a product and sell that. But apply leverage to the skill that you built. That's the best way to start.
What do you think is the best investment that you ever made in your entire life?
In me, bro. I mean, honestly, in developing the skills that allowed me to be marketable and to make money. Because, I mean, at first you got to make money, right? And then once you make money, you can get a little bit of security and flexibility to go off and do some other things. So I think, investing in me, and then I think the other part of that has been, mastermind as an entrepreneur. Either coaching when I was, before I started my businesses, and then high-level coaching later.
Can I ask how much you make per year?
I make a lot. So it depends. I mean, at this level, man, you make what you want to make. You know what I mean? Because you try to make as little as possible. Otherwise, you just pay taxes. So you make as little as you could possibly make. I make as much as I want to make.
So what's the most amount of money you made in one day?
Yeah, I made 7 figures in one day.
Wow, 7 figures in one day.
Yeah.
And if there's one piece of advice you would tell your younger self, what would that be?
To do what I did, you know what I mean? Don't wait, but be patient. Push, but be patient. Live your life, not somebody else's, and have a vision for your life that is bigger than anything around you, you know what I mean? And then go for it.
Perfect. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. What is your name and what do you do for a living, man?
My name's Karthik, and I have several investments. So we have several beauty salons, and we invest in those. It's an e-commerce business, so selling on Amazon, online store, stuff like that.
Could I ask how much you make per year to afford this kind of car?
As a family, we make over $1 million a year.
If you could give one piece of advice for someone who wants to get into what you do, what would that be?
Choose your friend circle wisely and spend your time wisely, honestly. Yeah.
What would be one piece of advice you would tell your younger self?
Don't waste too much time on video games. That's definitely a good one. When I was addicted, bro, that shit was like draining me down. But once I stopped playing, it took me different places. So
Perfect. I appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Thank you. What's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name's James, dude. I'm an engineer.
What kind of car is this?
So this is a 600 LT, but it's an MSO. So it has the roof scoop and some MSO options.
How much does this go for?
284, I think.
Could I ask how much you make per year to afford this kind of car?
I just work hard.
What would be one tip you would tell your younger self?
I was on the right path. Just reinvest money and live on the mattress on the floor until you make it. Basically the same thing Elon Musk said. He lived in his office and kept going. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, so what's your name, age, and what do you currently do?
My name is Davin, D-A-E-V-I-N with an N. My Instagram name is Bapevin, B-A-P-E-V-I-N. And this is my business partner, Han, and what we do is exotic car rentals. So cars like this we can offer to anybody that wants to, live the experience or, pay 24 hours to live their dream. And then sometimes that helps them actually achieve their dream. So, we give people the dream that they want.
How did you get into this business?
How I started is I started doing photo shoots with them on Instagram because I wanted to take pictures with nice cars. I never claimed that they're mine, but just, have nice content. I wasn't into like food and stuff like that, so I wanted to do something that was cool, and I always liked cars. And then doing a photo shoot, I met a couple people in the industry, and then they saw how hard I worked, and they said, hey, why don't you just be part of the business and help us move them? That's how I started. Then ever since then, I've been driving all these cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens. I mean, the list goes on, but just people like this, just some people out there that want to help,
Could I ask how much you make per year doing this?
It's enough.
What would be some advice you could give to someone who wants to get into this business?
My advice is to do it the right way. Never lie, be clean, be honest. Don't try to screw people over. Once your name is tarnished, you're out. So I would just say, if you're gonna do it, you gotta start from the bottom and work your way up, and anybody can get there. Like any business, it doesn't have to be this particular business, but if you wanna get into it, you're gonna find a way. There's always gonna be someone that's hiring. And then if that person wants to, put you on, and if they wanna keep elevating you, that's on them. But if you reach a certain point in your life where they're not gonna let you grow, then that's when you make a move if you wanna open up your own. There's levels to it. I mean, my advice is if you wanna get into it, then do research, watch YouTube, educate yourself before you get into it, because you have to understand this business too is also risky. These cars can flip out on the freeway and you can die. It could be your last day in these cars. Someone can come up with a gun and kill you. If you're willing to take that risk, that's the risk this business gives you. These cars, people idolize and they also hate. So you're getting attention from both sides. If you want to get in the business, you have to understand that you're putting yourself at risk by being in the business. I would say if you're a person that likes to take risks, then I would say it's a good business.
What's like the best investment you ever made?
In myself. I've been through agencies, Prime America, life insurance, gurus, all that stuff. But in the end, the only person that really has the best return is yourself. And by doing that is if you invest in yourself, I mean your lifestyle, the networking events and stuff like that, you always have the best return. I mean, stocks go up and down, but look at the market now, you know what I'm saying? As an investment in myself, I'm beating the market because I'm more successful than the market because I invest in myself. That's how I would put it.
And then what would be one piece of advice advice you would give your younger self?
Swallow your ego, swallow your pride. Listen to the people that are successful, not yourself. Don't give yourself advice when you're not there. That's what I would tell myself.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Can I ask what your name is and what you do for a living?
Yeah, my name is Anthony Peterson.
Okay.
I'm a real estate investor.
What kind of Ferrari is this?
It's a 612 Scaglietti.
How much does it go for MSRP?
When it was brand new, it was sold for $300,000.
How did you get into real estate?
I got in when I was 22 years old. I'm 47 now, so I just took the test. I got my license. I've been a broker ever since.
Have you been investing in real estate for 20 years?
I have.
What kind of properties have you been doing?
I mainly did apartments, multifamily.
Would you have any tips for someone who wants to get into real estate?
You have to define your goals and begin with the end in mind. What do you want out of it? And then go from there. You have to determine what you want first.
Could I ask how much you make per year to afford this kind of Ferrari?
$500,000 minimum.
What would be the most amount of money you've made in one day?
In one day? Well, I mean, if I had closings, we've made a few $1 million in one closing, so I like $2.5 million.
If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would that be?
Never give up. And it's not as easy as it looks.
So what is the one best investment that you ever made?
In myself. I mean, you gotta read, you gotta take seminars, you gotta have mentors, you gotta invest the time in yourself. You can't just think things are gonna happen overnight. So the best investments you're gonna make yourself. Things go up and down, you can lose money, you can make money. That's not the problem. They can never take away your education, your experience. So invest in your experience.
Perfect. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you. Can I ask what you do for a living?
You know, I actually have a media company. We cover much of these events.
Oh, okay.
We do websites and stuff like that.
Okay. How did you get into that?
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 10 years, bro.
Would you have any advice for someone who wants to get into what you do?
Yeah, hustle, don't give up.
Could I ask how much you make per year?
7 figures.
What would be the one best investment that you ever made?
It's the relationships. Life isn't about money, it's about relationships and experiences. And the people that help you get to the top are people like you and me. That's it. If you're good to me, I'm good to you. That's all it is. And we build bridges.
And then what would be one tip you could tell your younger self?
Don't give up. Keep moving. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
Take care. Thank you. So what's your name, age, and what do you currently do?
So my name is Brian. I do marketing and consulting. I work with Evo Exotics. We do sale, consignment, buy, trade, everything. I also know a lot of fellow car enthusiasts here. My buddy with the Huracan over there, Purple Huracan, SVJs. My buddy BF Engineering. So been in the car community for a while. You know?
And how did you get into the career you currently have?
I've always loved cars, and when I moved out to Orange County in LA, just networked, started working in the industry, and just made a lot of friends in the industry, so here we are.
Would you have any advice for someone who wants to get into your industry?
I mean, just be there, you know? Be in the moment, enjoy it, talk to people, get to know them. If you have questions, ask questions, you know? Not everyone's an expert about everything, so the more questions you ask and the more you're involved, the better off you'll be in the end.
How much do you make per year, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm very blessed, definitely over 100 grand a year.
What is the one best investment that you ever made?
Taking time to research the industry, different cars, just learning, knowledge. Taking time to invest in actually learning myself.
What would be one piece of advice you would tell your younger self?
To not be afraid of getting out there and trying something new. Kind of like what you're doing right here, right?
Absolutely. What is the one most expensive thing that you currently own?
An NFC.
Could I ask which one it is?
Yeah, it's actually in the Solana community.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those post notifications for future videos. As always, your life is a masterpiece. So let's unlock that full financial potential together. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.